Well, good morning, or whatever time it is there for you when you're watching this, but I'm out here fairly early this morning, currently 5 after 8, but I got here about 7:15 this morning as the sun was coming up, and just thought I would see if I could take some pictures. I was wondering if the fall colors would be out yet, but there's a few leaves turning yellow and red, but it's still mostly green out here, and on a local hiking trail, and there's a couple of farm fields on the other side of the trees over here, and it's pretty much in the shadows here, a lot of the trail still, because of the trees and the hills and things like that. But just experimenting, taking some pictures. I've got my Sony A7 Mark II with my Tamron 28-200. It's a very versatile lens, and just taking random pictures here in the morning sunlight and seeing what I can do. But I also brought along this Pentax Z1P. It's a late 90s, early 2000s, I believe, film camera. Kind of one of the Pentax flagship film cameras at the time. Has all kinds of programming modes on it. Even has a pop-up flash on the center of it. The hot shoes over to one side. I was walking through a antique market with my wife at the beginning of September. It's now near the end of September. I think it's September 29th now. But September 1st, we were walking through an antique market, and it was one of those antique markets where they've got different vendors, have different booths inside the building. And in one of the booths, I noticed this camera body sitting on the bottom shelf. There was no lens on it. The hole where the lens is supposed to go had no cover on it. The mirror was stuck in the up position. Picked it up. Price tag said $14. No indication of whether it worked, and there was no way to test whether it worked because there was no battery in it. I thought it was worth the gamble for $14. So I bought it. And I already had some Pentax key-mount lenses, so I thought, well, let's try it. What's 14 bucks? There's a squirrel dropping something out of trees over there and making a horrible racket. So before we actually left the antique market, I got on my phone, got on Amazon, and ordered a battery for it to be arriving the following day. Went home, did a little bit of research, and I found that some of these cameras were known to have issues with the mirror getting stuck in the up position. So I was kind of worried. I was thinking, did I buy a dud? But, you know, 14 bucks plus $15 for the battery. Really not a big deal. Battery showed up the following day, put it in, put a lens on it, and it fired right up. Mirror went down, everything started working perfectly. So I put a roll of Kodak Ektar 100 in it, just because that's about the only film I happened to have at the time. Put it in there and took it out and went for a walk with my wife in one of the hiking trails. Came actually along this trail at another time with it and took some pictures with it, and got them processed, did some quick scans myself, and this thing actually works perfectly. Autofocus works, the metering works, everything works on it. So if you happen to see one of these cameras, it's actually a nice little camera. With this one, if you're new to film, the film loading is really easy. There's a latch on the end, open up the back door, drop the cartridge in, pull the leader over to one side, just kind of tuck it in. You don't need to wind it or anything, close the door, turn it on, and it winds to the first frame and is ready to go. Once you hit the end of the film, it winds the film back into the cartridge and it's ready to pop out. Now in the menu, you can go in and set it so that it only winds the film in and leaves the leader sticking back out. So if you're processing it yourself, it makes it easier to get the film out of the case. But that's something that you can set in the menu on it. But overall, just a great little camera. I thought I'd just put this video out here and just show you. Sometimes you can get some really good deals. Now, of course, you'd have to have a lens for it, but Pentax key-mount lenses, there are lots of Pentax key-mount lenses, manual, and this one is an autofocus lens, so everything works on it. So I'm going to probably try to grab a couple more pictures with it. I've put a new roll of film in it now, and just going to kind of wander around here and see how this goes. But just a very quick video. Sometimes there's some really good deals if you look around these antique markets and look around in the corners of the shelves, and, you know, 14 bucks, not a bad deal.